Hey there, how's it going? This is ARCA at Phoenix Legacy. We have a 1900 strength of field, it looks like. Looks like I am... Wow. 45 people signed up and I am the 9th highest iRating, so pretty low strength of field this early in the morning. Hopefully I can do something with it. We're gonna put up a higher brake bias for qualifying. Not that high, I don't know. And I didn't get a whole lot of practice in here.
It's now 114 Fahrenheit.
I anticipate I won't be very good at this. I'm struggling with overdriving the corners. Wow. I looked at my relative and I didn't see anyone there. I gotta move my mic, it's blocking my mirror. That was bad. We can't have that. We can't be doing that. That got me all flustered. Alright. Try to watch these guys, how they do these corners. Probably not by trying to spin out. Ah, my wheel feels weird compared to how it did in practice. Alright, I am all out of sorts here. I gotta move my mic, it's distracting me. I didn't mean to put it so low. I also need to change my headphone volume. Alright, that wasn't good. That was not good, but... Alright, now I can see my mirror. Seeing your mirror is very important. Glad I didn't give anyone else any X's, because that would have counted. Just run into the wall.
Okay, here comes your first time lap.
Not very good. Maybe I can beat some people and get ahead of some of the really low I-rated people underneath me.
The track temp's increasing. It's now 1:50.
Or I can completely biff the lap and kill my run up to the next lap and start in back.
P3. That lap was at 29.3.
Woo! We can keep within like 3/10 here. I have the potential to get a little better. I lost a lot. Yeah. A little better.
There's the flag. It's over.
So that was a 29.15. That's not great. Not great, but I want to run this, get some practice. I'm going to try for Nick's race this week. I did not last week. Why is my latency so bad? Got a lot of people with latencies in here. But I'm the only one that's not. Well, I should say the only one that's not. Hopefully that gets better. Took a few days off from iRacing after kind of hitting it hard for the previous 2 weeks. Week 13, I just kind of ran out of things to do, and that's okay. Don't want to get burned out on it. Yeah, not a good lap, not a good lap. But I'm just wanted to run this race right now. Hopefully I don't cause a problem out there. But I see something I need to fix. I always gotta hit the stupid key binding twice. What am I trying to say here? I want to hit the practice hard on this. I want to be able to get into the 28s. Watching Nick's video, he was saying, and it could change, but he was saying maybe a 28.8 could end up being the cutoff for his race. And yeah, haven't even run that yet, but I'm still feeling completely like I don't know what I'm doing out there, so. We could skip a minute. I gotta get all that. One of these days. Okay. P12, 13, P13. A lot of these people are just gonna be better than me. Some of these hopefully aren't, and my bad lap still got me ahead of some stuff. Hopefully I can stay there. I'd be happy with the mid-pack finish here. That's
line up on the inside. Closed. Pit road is closed.
Where I should be. My standings. Do I have enough time to move that? These race labs always like move themselves, and sometimes I have them in different positions on depending on the car I'm in. As it is, this one is currently set where it is, so I can still bring up the black boxes. And it's not blocking who's talking. Speaking of which. Alright.
Follow car number 19 in the inside column.
I haven't raced any oval since I ran the Xfinities last week at Kansas. I'm going to try to run every ARCA race this season, but things change. Oh, I don't know if I pointed out, I'm running an all-white car. I don't have a paint scheme yet, so I just set it up to be... I don't know what I'm going to do there. Nothing on trading paints that's up yet made me go, ooh, I'll run that. I think I've given up on the idea of the Peppa scheme. That's probably something I should just... It's not serious racing. I should take it more seriously. I have a feeling Nick would probably, if I did make any of his races, he probably wouldn't be amused. He's kind of a paint scheme stickler, I've noticed. Although I could always run a different scheme for his races too.
Okay, Justin, stay calm, focus. Go, go, go.
Take it easy. See people dying behind us. Big gap. Yeah, it's kind of like two groups. I'm the worst of the fastest group. I should say I'm the worst of the top half.
Go low, go low, go low.
Gregory, you are a fucking useless. You don't have brain.
Alright. That was the first lap.
P11.
This race is going to kind of serve as my first practice, which isn't great, but I didn't set my brake. Oh my god. I don't think I set my brakes back any. Because the run goes on, you're not going to want them at 71%.
28.8.
See, a lot of people take a little higher entry and... Ugh, I don't feel good at all. Don't feel good at all right now.
P11.
On the plus side, I should be able to hit the brakes pretty hard and not have to worry too much about spinning out, but part of the lower brake bias is you want it to turn a little bit with the brakes. Ooh, don't do that. Why did I do that? The damage model has changed where you're going to pay a lot more for repeated small contacts, so Don't want to be dragging the wall for no reason. It's funny though, we've already seen wrecks behind us and a wreck in front of us. I watched Nick and Gavin, they were in almost 5,000 strength of field, where the entire field was a 0x, and both of them went through the incidents and it had like 3 tiny little wall hits for the whole race. That's not typical for all the iRacing out there. Maybe I'm driving it so slow that my tires will be good as this goes on. But as I've said before, driving slow isn't necessarily saving tires. You could be still wearing out the right front more and still get tighter. The fast guys will just run away from everyone and still have good tires at the end. There's a way to do both. But to be fair, not many can do it. Those people are pretty special when it comes to this. Not in any hurry to try to run up to these guys. If they come to me the way I'm running, then they come to me.
Okay, Justin, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
19 is something to watch out for. He's struggling. I got best lap up now. I wouldn't be surprised if the 19 is unable to go this whole race without spinning, but, you know, I'm not guaranteeing I can either. I bet the longest run I put in practice was 6 laps. That's not normally how I do this.
The guy in front is Clayton.
I'm not going to spam the channel with a bunch of these races. But I might run it again right away here. This is I don't know if I said, it's 9:45 a.m. on Tuesday. Still got enough people for it to split once. Yeah, I'm pretty much, like I said,
Your last lap time was at 29.4.
see smoke. But whatever caused it is no longer here. Still battling this cold. That's part of the reason I skipped Nick's league race. I had every intention of trying to go to every ARCA race. And then I was sitting there on Sunday at about 3 p.m. Still not having even bought in Myrtle Beach.
29.5.
Bought, that's not a word. Purchased Myrtle Beach. And knowing I was going to need to get practice, like a lot. And all I wanted to do was close my eyes and go to sleep. The cold was kicking my ass. Because I work every weekend. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 3:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Gap to Clayton.
So doing his league races is already keeping me up. And that's something I'm willing to do. I'll get a little less sleep. I'm not gaining back on these guys at all. To have a fun event on Sunday nights. But then the cold and the uncertainty of making the race but still having to purchase the track made me go, I'm just going to be smart. I'm not even going to try. And having seen how that race went, let's say I would have somehow made it in there and had to run all the laps with how long it ended up taking, I don't regret my decision. That being said, I'm not saying I would have made the field. That's most likely what would have happened is I wouldn't have qualified in and I would have just bought Myrtle Beach for no reason. My big thing I keep bringing up is LA Coliseum, how I bought that for a Nick race and got taken out right away, and I feel like it was a waste of money. I see, however, and I didn't realize this, maybe I just missed it with my break. My long break happened not long after that. I see it's on the schedule for a few of the stuff I like to run this season, so I'll probably finally start overdriving these corners. I've just kind of got it in my head that this is my spot for the race. But this isn't going to be good enough for Nick's race, the way I'm running it now, and I know that, so.
That lap was at 29.8.
I feel tight.
The gap to
My left foot,
is increasing. It's now 1.3.
My left foot randomly hurts right now, and I didn't realize that was going to be the case. It's making braking not that fun. But hopefully this race goes better for Nick, even if whether I do or don't make it. I don't want him to give up on the league idea because I think it's awesome. But at the same time, I know he's not gonna. I mean, I wouldn't blame him at all if it keeps going the way it did that week, that race. How he absolutely would just say screw it. Like he said, I can get that kind of racing in anywhere. I'm setting this up to get some good racing with a bunch of like-minded racers. Most people are hoping it's just due to the difficult nature of the combo. It's hard for me to say. I literally don't own the track, so I can see what it looks like to drive. But until you actually do it yourself, you never know what it feels like. A lap. We're not even to the halfway point. Maybe I can go forward some more eventually. Just overdriving it, I think. So how do you stop overdriving it? You let off sooner and you brake more, or whatever. But it's just hard to ingrain in your head. You just, at least for me, I think overdriving is something I'm guilty of. I think it's a common problem for less skilled racers. It's hard to ingrain in your head to go slower to go fast.
Good consistency. Keep them coming.
And in this first turn, I just sit and want to like get in the gas, and it's like the corner goes on longer than I feel like it's going to, even though I've now gone around it 18 times plus what I did practice. I still haven't gotten that in my head.
You've just done a 29.8.
Marvin, when you get here, I will go high. I'm going wide, staying high. Take it.
29.7.
Thanks.
I don't think it's helping me that I got the brakes set at 71.5%, and I forgot to. Well, I guess I can back them up some. Let's turn that wheel. I don't know what's going to happen with it.
All right, Justin, you're halfway home. Got plenty of fuel.
Never remember which key does this crap. Looks like I got. There we go. That should be on my wheel. All that should be on my wheel, and it's part of my to-do list eventually. I was like the 19, but the 11's falling off. 19 slid way up. I'd like to think I can get these two before it's said and done. Unless they wipe each other out and take me with them.
The next car is Clayton.
Be patient. Don't want to be doing anything stupid here. I don't think beyond these two, if I get them,
30.3.
I'm going to get much more. Oh, I'm overdriving it. I could have probably gotten a run on the 19 there had I not. Like I was right on the 11 and now.
Car outside. Hold your line. That last lap was a 30.5.
Still there.
He's still there. Still there. Clear
Tried
line,
pushing
right.
up into him, had to get way out. I feel bad for that pass. That's not great. Well, hopefully I can put some distance between me and him. And the orange car, the 11, has gotten back away from me. Still got time.
You're in the top 10.
So yeah, the start of a new season. It's always exciting.
So Clayton behind is increasing. It's now 0.9.
I'm kind of excited. All this track purchasing is finally starting to pay off a little bit for me. Because I believe there's only one track on the ARCA schedule
29.8.
that I have to buy this season. 2 on Nick's schedule because he's running a different... Obviously, he started right at the end of week 13, so he had to pick a track. And maybe he regrets picking Myrtle Beach? I don't know. He picked one that was run recently. Like, I didn't run Myrtle Beach when it came here, when ARCA came there. Not that long ago. Like, maybe a month at most. Because I didn't own it, and I was just trying to be smart. And part of me was like, I could have bought it then, and then still... then used it for Nick's race. But like I said, even if I had owned it, I think the sick part would have kept me out. Especially having worked that day already. Like, if I had gotten to sleep in that day and didn't have to get up the next day, I might have been able to suffer through it too.
The gap in front is now 0.9.
But I had already gotten up at 2:30 a.m. to make it to work by 3:30. Worked for 12 hours, or 11 hours, I mean. Whatever. A lot. A long day.
10th position.
Yeah, the 11, he gets away from me and then comes back. I don't know.
That was at
Could be just on me. Like, this turn is awful. I don't know if that annoys anyone having that there, but I can't barely see it because I'm not looking over there. I can barely see it. My grammar is atrocious today. I cannot barely see it. Does that mean you can see it? Yes, it does. Wow, I got around that guy and he's way behind now, so yeah, he's falling off hard.
That's good consistency. Keep it up. Your lap time was 30.0.
Yeah, 30.0s. I'm comparing myself to the race that Nick and Gavin were in, and I mean, the #1 guy in this race has an I rating high enough that he could have made that split, but he's probably about the only one. So,
Got 10 laps to go.
yeah, I don't, unless I get my head out of my rear end. Then up ahead, I don't know, oh yeah, there's lappers in there. I see blue names, but it's a huge gaggle of cars.
The gap in front is
Something could happen there. Get me some spots. I'm far enough back that I should be able to avoid it. But close enough that I could benefit. But I'm not sitting here wishing for people to crash. That's not me. But I'm also not going to say no thanks to free positions.
Low car up high. Low car up high. Low car
Nice
up
job,
high.
through
Go
you idiot.
low. Go high. Go high.
A Nostradamus here. How many of those guys were lappers? Did I gain any positions?
E7.
Oh, wow, I gained a lot of positions. Part of me wants to buy Myrtle Beach and put in that hickory setup with whatever gear and try to get the track conditions like Nick's race. and just run laps and see if I could keep from spinning out. There was a lot of like contact cautions, but I'd say there was at least 6 or more of those cautions were due to people just.
Stop down low. Go high. Go low.
Peace and
Sorry, I had to concentrate all of a sudden.
Clear
Clear
outside.
high.
Due to people just self-spinning, and would I have been? Now I wouldn't have allowed myself to get to 3 cautions caused. Maybe I would have removed myself after 1 because I would have just wanted to disappear from the face of the earth. And normally that's bad, but in Nick's race I think that's a good way to keep being able to come back,
217.
because I think he appreciates if you realize you're in over your head and don't want to waste everyone else's time.
Push now. We can catch up here.
What position? Oh, I'm up to 6, so if I could somehow get the 11, I'd have a top 5 here. But I gotta survive yet. Whatever's going on with these lappers is scary.
Your lap time was 30.2.
I don't know where the 22 is going to be. I've lost my chance at the 11 because of this guy. He doesn't understand getting the hell out of the way.
Still there. The gap in front has increased. It's now about 1.0 seconds.
Still there.
Still there. Clear outside.
Outside.
Excuse me.
Outside. Clear high.
Just back off, dude. You're a lap down or more. I know I got loose down there, but I shouldn't have had to fight so hard to get around you anyway.
Sorry about that, Jimmy. I ended up with a phone call.
What? Alright, I'm not... Unless something major happens, I'm not getting 5th. But I'm okay. I survived. I went into survival mode. When somebody's that far off pace, they need to get out of the racing line. I'm sorry.
You just got the white flag. That means 1 more lap to go.
But I did gain a lot of spots due to crashes, so... That's a terrible turn.
P6. The gap in front is now 1.3 seconds.
Bring it on home. Nothing to gain or lose at this point. A lot to lose, nothing to gain. If I spun out right here. Alright, 1 wall scrape.
P6. And there's the finish. Good result, mate.
There's
Well
the
done.
flag. It's over.
I will take it. You know, I didn't beat a lot of people on speed, but a big part of iRacing, I think, is just finishing your races without getting caught up in crap. I don't trust these people not to hit me.
What's your speed limit in the pits? Pit lane speed limit is 45 miles per hour.
Get to where you can't possibly be hit and get off the track. 81.89, not good, not good. So I can push it harder, but also more evenly. I'm hoping to get a lot more practice in. I also, yeah, I left it. I don't know how much that would have helped me, but I had meant to set it to like 65-ish and then had the option to go lower or higher from there in the race. But I forgot results. So, ended up, went from 13th to 6th. Good for me.
Taylor, you knocked me sideways, man. You hit me in the bumper.
The one was 5600, and yeah, he just dominated. 2300, 45. The two was a 4500. He would have been good enough to make that race. I feel like, yeah, it drops way down to 2800.
Well, the first hit was in the bumper, and the only reason.
I think that Terry Rigby was in the long race, Nick race, so I recognize that name now that I see it. I feel like I recognize Jimmy St. John's name from something. That's about it. But anyway, you guys don't care who I recognize and don't recognize, I'm sure. You want to see crashes. Crashes are what you came here for, and I didn't provide any for you, so I need to live up to my end of the bargain and show you what happened elsewhere. Meanwhile, I can't remember any of the keybinds all of a sudden.
Off that quarter. I didn't spin off that quarter all race.
I don't need to hear people arguing about Rex. We'll see. We'll judge for ourselves. 13 does a poor job of trying to take the 20. Whoa! Saw some people's shorts. I used to have the crowd turned off. I need to figure out how to do that again. It might help my FPS a little bit. Holy crap! That's all I can say for that is holy crap. Everyone's got to slow down to avoid that. My wall scrape might show up on here. 12 just loses control. The number 4 blinks out. Jimmy St. John blinks out. Got a Viagra machine, Mark Martin. Mark Martin was my guy when I used to be into NASCAR. That shows you how long ago it's been, because pretty much my interest in NASCAR died around the same time Mark Martin started racing less, and then officially stopped. He was always my guy, though. There's Terry. Yeah, I recognize the paint scheme from the videos, too. He just, I don't know. Pretty sure I got around that, maybe? Yep, there I go. My all-white machine. Munoz in the number 18 into the wall. Alright. I mean, the 8 ends up suffering for this, but here's what I see, right? Okay, the 18's going to... Okay, the 8 shouldn't hit him there, right? He shouldn't. But at this point, 18 isn't spun around. 8 can be like, whoops, and get on the brakes. But 8 just is like, I'm just going to keep spinning him, and then he goes into the wall. Sorry, I muted the mic there for a cough. I don't know why you wouldn't back out. You get into him initially, fine, but then you just try to keep spinning. And look, 8 blew up. Now 8's just messing around like an idiot. And that's it. I didn't show up in the incidents. I'll take a 6th place. Probably could have gotten the 11, but I mean, I was inconsistent. There were times where I had a chance, but getting around that one lap car at the end, I was just trying not to die because I couldn't tell. I could tell he was barely hanging on to that car, and he definitely was driving it wherever it would let him, and I just had to get around him safely. I did not want to lose 5 to 10 spots just trying to gain 1, you know what I mean? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.